Hi, welcome back to another video. Right, Budget Clubman is now turned around, as you've just seen, and the back end's up. So it's time to crack on with the back end of it now. Now, when I bought the car, it really didn't look too bad around the back. We have got a new Valance ready to go on. Anyone that really knows me in the mini scene will know I absolutely hate the standard fog lights. I think they're dreadful, they look awful. So this legally actually has to have a fog light. So I will work around that in another way and relocate it. If anyone's seen my sidewalk, I've got it in the centre. It's like sort of a rally looking one, I guess. I think that's sort of the vibe that it's been sort of bought on from. It's a stainless bracket with a centre light really, but it just looked a little bit different of a trick. Similar thing with this, but it won't be in the centre, so I plan to run a centre exhaust on it, because I really want an excuse to have a centre exhaust on the Mini. So yeah, we're going to go that route with it. So that's to go. Round here, if you remember from the previous episode, I did actually notice a bit of damage here. Now, I'm hoping it's not too bad. I've looked online and you can get some corner repair sections, and I've heard some horror stories about them and then some good things about them. So, given the fact we've had a crack at the quarter panel, I might just buy a corner repair for this. I think they're about £8, so the old budget's going to take a hit, but what can you do at the end of the day? You're not going to put a rusty car back on the road. So, going to look into that. I'm going to look into the rest of this, and yeah, what I'll do is I'll bring you guys in, I'll get a torch and we can have a proper look together. Love this, Randy, it's awesome. Right, so let's start. This is the back end passenger side of the car. Look at that, there's a repair there, a repair there, a repair there. It's pretty bad, isn't it, really? Let's be fair. It's actually come away, separated up there, and there's a big old hole there. So the balance is definitely going. It's actually got a bash in it there, big dent, and it bent and battered over the years. Now, rear subframe wise, I'm really hoping I can get away with you using it. Now I'm under here, I can get access to this. These are the sort of where the factory bungs were in the back seat. I can get onto all this, and I'm hoping the back end of the car, look at that cobweb. Back end of the car is just surface rust, I'm hoping. So it is really decent under here, and you can sort of see, you can actually see, look, shiny black paint. I wasn't kidding. It is really very clean in most of the places on this car. So yeah, going back to Valance, got a dent, we've got a hole, and a bigger hole now. We've got rust along there. That fog lamp's going because it's awful. Like I've mentioned, there's actually a chunk missing out of the thing here at the back panel. Right, so if you've watched my 89 build, there's actually 3 panels here. So there's your Valance, so there's one step. Then you've got your boot floor, which is in the middle, and then you've got your back panel. So there's 3 pieces of metal sandwiched together here. So it is just going to cause issues, shall we say. So it's quite rough in areas. That's where I noticed there was main damage, and there's actually a dent there. So how far we go with it, I don't know yet. I'm going to have a proper look at it. Actually feels like there's a dent there, so maybe it's had an impact. Right, so moving on from that, in the boot, like I mentioned, I wasn't kidding. That, very dusty, but it's absolutely solid. All that arch, look at that. That is BL factory paint. So we haven't got any issues down there. There's no rot down here. What I'm going to do is get in some thinners, because it looks like someone stuck some sound deadening in here, and all that, it's like fluff, it's horrible. But underneath, look, it's shiny paint. So we'll get in and we'll get cleaning. There's loads of swarf from where I've been working, obviously away on the car. All of this is really solid, a bit scratched and battered, but we'll just key it up and paint it. Remember, your fuel tank goes on there. In this side, again, you've got more of this horrible stuff, but no rust. Arch is all good. We did the arch repairs. You can just see, I'm going to run some seam sealer back up there from obviously where I've done the new panel. Down there, I had to put a little section in. I'm not seam sealed any of that yet. I put a little bit of seam sealer on the panel that's obviously that was faced on the other way there. So that's all just needs rubbing down. Soft frame mount's all good. There has been a repair panel here put in, and you can now see the repair panel there, look. So I'm quite inclined to cut all that out and put one section back in. So going on from that, all along here, that is surface rust as well. Now it is making me want to replace this actual panel, but they're quite costly. I don't really want to have to go that route unless something comes up fairly cheap on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. Replacing this would be the better option. It would save a lot of time, but we are on a budget, aren't we? So if we don't have to do that, we won't do it. So I'm going to cut the valance off, see what's underneath, and go from there. So like I say, once the valance is off, we're not bad under here. So surface rust, I can get to all the boot surface rust and deal with all that. The closers don't look too bad. The slight hole in that side, but you can make that triangular section back up, which is what I've done before in the past. Again, looking under the car, the actual rear subframe looks pretty decent. So I'm going to have a proper look at it when it's off, but I want to do all the repairs first. It does look a bit rubbish up here, but you can buy the top repair sections for it. So yeah, we just got to wait out when it gets off at the end of the day. If it's rubbish, but it isn't part of the budget, guys, so you can't pull me for changing it change it. Just to show off the budget, obviously, if you've watched from the beginning. Right, like I said, I hate these coming off. 10mm socket. Oh my god, it's moving. No way. These never just come out. Look at that. These always snap. No way. That bracket is in really good nick. That will clean back up. Right, let's get this wiring out. Right, so you've just seen I've managed to get the old fog lamp off. I absolutely hate them. I don't know why I hate them so much, but they just look so clumpy on the back of a Mini. So sorry to everyone that's still got a standard Mini out there, but for the look this car's getting, I can't have it on there. It's gonna have to go, unfortunately. And I do actually have the replacement, which I might show you in a future episode. But yeah, you've now seen a quick overview of what work we've got to do. So I hope you can agree, definitely got a balance to do. Once the valance is off, I'm going to see how bad this corner is, and once I've sort of got the valance off and everything that's rusty out of the way, I'm then going to start getting in there, cleaning all the surface rust up in the boot, get the boot all ready and prepped up. I'm hoping there's nothing I'm going to find really. As long as the rust doesn't go all the way through, then we haven't got many major issues really. I really don't have to put like a big circular patch in the bottom, it'd be horrible. So that being said, we can only really find out when we get the grinder out really and get cracking with it. So yeah, time to get that Valance off, I think, in the next episode. But going from the next episode, right, I've not shown you this board in a very long time. I'm on 56 hours now that I've spent. I will change that. I've been out enough few hours today just tinkering around and moving bits about and cleaning stuff up. I will change that now. No more spends yet. We've got the Valance, we don't have to buy that. I've ticked the rear quarter panel off. If you haven't seen the previous episode, I'll put it in the link at the end. Yeah, so now we've got inner seal repairs still to do. That's on the other side. We'll do that when we get to it. Front floor on the other side still. Move out the seals, we'll get on with that obviously, and repair the doors. So I should really add rear Valance on there, shouldn't I? Yeah, so we've basically got that to crack on with now. I also didn't include this in the last episode, but the rear quarter that was replaced is now in primer. I've etch primed it to try and keep things at bay. I've cleaned back as much as I can. There's still a steel mark that I do need to grind back. You can actually just make it out there. So I need to just go a bit further with the weld and clean it back really. And then maybe go a bit with some 80s, then some filler. I had to recreate this for the window channel. I'm really happy with it so far. And we're still not there yet. There's still a slight lip there, but I hope you can agree, that's my first attempt. I'm really happy with it. It saves so much time, and yeah, it's just so much better than what we had. Right, so that's a quick overview. I've done no work in this episode, I do apologise, but I wanted to sort of show you before I tackle the jobs, if you know what I mean. Like when I first did the first episode, I did a walk around before I started the floors. I showed you how bad the floors were. I think it's important to see how bad panels are before you just get gun-ho with a grinder and cut them off. It is how far you want to go at the end of the day. The Valance has definitely got to go. It will not prep up. It's full of rust. It's got holes in it. It's got to go. Thanks to John, we've got one line about. So, and it doesn't have any holes in it for fog lamps, which is a massive plus for me. It's a pattern panel again. I fitted a pattern Valance before. They fit fine. You just got to take your time with it again. I do think once the Valance is off on this side, we are going to be a little while off before putting that on. I want to repair all the floors. I want to make any bits I'm going to have to make. I think I'm going to have to make quite a lot of the lip come up again. Otherwise we've got absolutely nothing to weld to. And we'll go from there really with it. But you guys can follow me along with that. If there's any questions you've got, please post in the comments below. Thank you for all the comments on my previous videos. I'm merely doing what I'm doing myself in the garage. I'm not a professional at this at all. I'm just throwing my ideas out there and taking you guys along for the ride really. You can see outside, it's dark, it's cold. I'm going in for a brew. So this is me signing out. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. We're obviously sort of bumbling along with the Clubman at the moment. We have got some hopefully panels being ordered in the next few weeks for the 89, so that will carry on. If you're following that build as well, I really appreciate that. Please come over to that series as well and check that out, because it's a completely different ball game to what we're at now. Looking at my board, I'm at 56 hours. That's 56 hours actual time out here, do you know what I mean, working on it. So I want to log this, I want to keep as close as I can to. I don't think I've got any sort of aim for the hours, because I really don't know when I get time to work on it, so I can't work that out. But yeah, you just got to do what you can do. So I'm going to stop going on. I'm going to go inside and have that brew, like I said. Please give this video a thumbs up, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you for watching.